Now we will learn a few formatting techniques. So have a look at this over here. These are the different tabs which we have in Excel, and right now we will be exploring the Home tab. This over here is called the ribbon, and it has several commands which we will be using to format our data. Let's start by using one simple technique. You see, in these cells, when the data is too large, it doesn't show everything in this cell unless you double click it to see the entire data, or you can see it in the formula bar over here, but you cannot visually see the entire data like this. To correct this, take your cursor up over here, and when it changes into this sign with the two arrows pointing outwards, you click on this bar and you drag it to whatever width of the column which you want. So I will leave it over here, and now we can see the entire data. If I want to make the column even broader, I will just drag this like this. Another way of doing this is to simply double click on this end. This will make the column of an optimum size to display all your data and not make the column too small or too large. Let's move on and actually explore the ribbon over here. If you have worked with Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, you may be fairly familiar with these options, but we can go through them in this video as well. So this bar over here is for changing font style. Now you have a lot of font styles in this drop down menu, and you can choose whichever one you like. So suppose I am selecting Comic Sans MS for this block. Now the block has become smaller again. I will double click on this and the column will enlarge itself. This over here is the option for changing your font size. So this drop down menu gives you options for changing your font's size. I want to increase my font size to 14 for this cell. Now if I double click over here again, the column adjusts its size. These are basically just two shortcuts for increasing and decreasing the font. If I click this, the font will go up by 2, and if I click this, the font will go down by 2. This option over here is for making your letters bold. Your data's headers should always be bold to differentiate them from the rest of the data visually, so you understand the difference between your headings and your actual data. You can italicize your data through this cell. Simply select anything you want to italicize. I want to italicize these names. I will select these and select this button. Now they have changed. To undo this, I will select the range again and click on this again. This option gives you two types of underlines. One would be a simple underline and a double underline. This is useful for headings. Maybe if I want to underline this heading, I can simply click this. If I want to double underline, I will click this, and you can see the effect this has on the overall presentation. This icon over here shows you different types of borders. You can click this and the drop down menu will show you different borders. I personally like to use a lot of these because they make the work really visually appealing. So let's try out a few of these. If I select my range and then I want to have all borders, this will give me a border around each cell that I have selected. If I want to remove all these borders, I will have to go for no border, and all of this is gone again. I could try an outside border. This will just give me a border at the edges. And if I want a thick outside border, I will select this, and now the border is very thick. To make your cells stand out even further, you can color them in different colors through this fill color option over here. Select the drop down menu and you have different shades of different colors. You can choose accordingly. If you don't like these, you can go in and find more colors through this option over here. You also have the option of changing the color of your text from this option over here. So you select this and again you have a similar sort of drop down menu. I can select a red color or a blue color, something that makes the data stand out. Now another way of coloring or changing your cell style is cell styles under the styles heading. This gives you different pre-made cell styles with different cell colors and text colors. You can choose either one. These are for headings. Remember that you will not be the only person using this spreadsheet. If you have to present your work to someone else, it should be presentable.